Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dig deep, and I mean that literally, into one of the most incredible architectural traditions in all of human history, India's magnificent rock-cut caves. Now, these aren't just simple dwellings. We're talking about sprawling temples, entire monasteries, and massive art galleries carved straight out of solid mountainsides.
So to really wrap your head around what we're talking about, just imagine this. You want to build a cathedral, but instead of building it up stone by stone, you find a single solid mountain, and you hollow it out. That's the mind-blowing scale of genius we're looking at here. And as you can see from this map, this wasn't just a one-off thing. It was a phenomenon that swept across the subcontinent for over 1,000 years.
All right, first up, let's get into the timeline. To really appreciate these sites, we need to understand what rock cut actually means and the incredible span of time we're dealing with. It's a story that was literally carved from the living rock. Okay, the key thing to remember here is that this is a subtractive process. The architects weren't building something, they were removing something. Everything you see, every pillar, every statue, every intricate relief, it was all part of the original mountain. They just chipped away the stone to reveal it. Nothing was added later on. It's absolutely wild. And this timeline, wow! It just reveals a breathtaking scale. I mean, the tradition starts with prehistoric art, like what we see at Uskalimal, and then it evolves into these super sophisticated architectural marvels like the Barabar Caves. From there, it just keeps going, through these stunning Buddhist sanctuaries like Bhaja and Ajanta, all the way to the grand Hindu temples of the 8th century. It's this incredible unbroken chain of creation spanning thousands and thousands of years. Now, while you can find these sites all over India, there is one region that stands out as the absolute epicenter of it all. So let's take a journey to the state of Maharashtra, which is really the heartland of this tradition. Look at this concentration right here on the western side of the country. This is, without a doubt, the heartland. You see, the geology here, these huge, vast layers of basalt rock, was just perfect for carving. It was like nature provided the perfect canvas, allowing for this astounding density of sacred sites to be cut right into the Sahyadri Mountains. And I'm not kidding about the density. Maharashtra is home to a huge majority of India's rock-cut caves. This makes it such a crucial place to study because you can literally see the entire evolution of the style, from these early, kind of simple Buddhist monasteries to these vast, incredibly complex temple complexes, all right there in one region. So let's look at three of the heavy hitters right here. You've got Ajanta, which is a purely Buddhist site, developed over an astonishing 850 years. Then there's Kanheri, another major Buddhist center. But Ellora is something else entirely. It's this incredible testament to religious harmony, with caves dedicated to Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, all carved right next to each other in the same rock face.
But you know, the story doesn't end in Maharashtra. This incredible tradition spread far, far beyond its heartland, creating this amazing network of sacred sites all across the subcontinent.
So if you look on the map, from that western cluster, the tradition started to spread east and north. This impulse to carve mountains into sanctuaries reached right into the very heart of India, into states like Madhya Pradesh, and even further east into Bihar.
And here we find some unbelievably important sites. The Barabar Caves in Bihar? They're among the oldest surviving examples we have, dating all the way back to the Mauryan Empire. That's ancient. Meanwhile, you've got the Ujjagiri Caves in Madhya Pradesh, which are famous for their Hindu and Jain carvings from the Gupta period. The tradition also pushed south, down along the coast, establishing whole new centers of creativity in what is now modern-day Goa and Karnataka. So, even as the landscape and the type of rock changed, that core vision remained exactly the same.
Over in Karnataka, the Badami cave temples are just masterpieces, showcasing this beautiful mix of Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist themes. And then, back in Goa, you have the Uskalimal rock art site, which takes us all the way back to the very dawn of this tradition, linking these grand temples to their prehistoric origins in the Mesolithic period. It's just incredible.
So, this brings us to a really crucial question. What on earth drove people to take on these monumental, multi-generational projects? Well, the main motivation was faith. These weren't just architectural feats, they were profound, powerful acts of devotion. And this chart tells a really fascinating story. You can see that Buddhist communities were prolific carvers. They were responsible for almost half the sites. But look at that huge slice for mixed faith, a full 35%. This tells us that this wasn't a segregated world. Far from it. These were often shared sacred spaces. And this right here is what that coexistence looks like on the ground.
At places like Ellora and Badami, you can literally walk from a Hindu sanctuary to a Buddhist one to a Jain one, all carved side by side. For centuries, different faiths carved their beliefs into the very same mountains, creating this powerful, visible legacy of harmony.
So, as we wrap up our journey, it's really worth reflecting on what these ancient, silent places mean for us today. What is their ultimate legacy?
I think this quote just says it perfectly. They are libraries of stone. They're so much more than rock. They preserve the beliefs, the incredible artistic skills, and the shared histories of countless generations. It's a direct connection to the people who carved them, with nothing but their faith and simple tools thousands of years ago.
And that leaves us with one final question to really think about. If these stones, which have witnessed millennia of human history, could actually speak, what stories of devotion, of community, and of coexistence would they tell us? And maybe, just maybe, what lessons might they hold for our own world today?